All right, let's get started. Welcome everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. Today we are joined. Socks. So yeah, hopefully everyone's going well. Yeah, let's just jump straight into it. So what we want to do is we want to fix up a few things in here. So we've got a critical Kanban card, public links not working. So I want to follow through with why that's the case. Though when I go into it, I do see the public cards working. So this is a public card. I might have fixed this issue already and just have not flagged that I fixed it. So yeah, we'll jump straight into it. So the issue is, we'll open up the issue, get a public link for a Kanban card, which we have. And then go to the public link. Public card will appear and user can read the card. Uncaught. Yeah, I think this is fixed. Let's actually have a look. Hopefully I marked when I fixed it. Let's go through the commits. Let's straight away, what number is it? 1545. Nothing on this particular page. Yeah. Oh, would have been. All right. Just copy this. All right, it's fixed. All right, let's just test it with our local. And Sandy Lee, how are you going? Long time no see. What happened with my arm? So at the start of last month, I got some shoulder surgery to fix up my shoulder. So this is good. This is good surgery. I'm not feeling any pain or anything like that at the moment, which is great. And I'm back at work. So yeah. And I think next week I start coming out of the. Actually, I know it's next week because I had a chat with my physio today. Next week I'll be coming out of the sling. So yeah, it's all good news. What an Azure function is. No, I don't. It's a serverless solution that allows you to build robust apps whilst using less code and with less infrastructure, lower cost. Oh, okay. Is it like AWS Lambdas? My guess is that it's like AWS Lambdas. And Cranberry Wine, welcome. I hope you enjoy my content. And it is? Okay. And Nocturnal, how are you going? Hopefully you guys are going well. We are trying to find a bug. So I put this bug in 23 days ago on the 19th. Did I fix it that day and I just didn't? All right, there's the 12th. Let's go to previous. There's the 19th. I don't have it in here as a fix. Let's just test it. So, jumping into this code, I'm just gonna git status, make sure I have no changes whatsoever. I've just done a git pull, so I'm happy with that. And now I'm trying to remember my hotkeys. There we go, I accidentally dragged the window across. I'm just going to start this. Now we should have a database there. And what I want to do, localhost. We're just going to jump in as admin. Excuse the bright flashy lights. I will put it onto dark mode for people. There we go. List all objects. Let's go down to the Kanban board. Let's do two things. Let's edit the Kanban board. Let's create a public link for this one. So we're just going to actually, we don't need to create a public link. We've got one. I'm going to open up a new container. I'm just going to paste it in. So that's working. And that's working too. So if I go into here and I go misc and I just copy that and I right hand click, once again, create a new container. For some reason, my phone won't send my messages. Oh, that's annoying. Some dirt on the place of the submit button. I don't know. Good time zone, get well soon, regarding your thank you very much. Yeah, so next week I'll be phasing out of the sling, so I'll be there'll be times I'll be out of the sling, times I'll be in the sling, depending how tired my arm gets. So yeah, I had a chat with my physio today and we're all looking good. We're all happy with the strength in my shoulder and stuff like that, and we're starting to ramp up the exercises. So I'm slowly working up to 5 kilograms, which doesn't sound much, but trust me, it's a lot. So yeah. I'm going to say I fixed this. I don't know when I fixed this or how I fixed this. I don't know what commit I'm going to put this on. But what I'm going to do is cannot replicate on both production and local. I either must have fixed it or it was never an issue. Yeah, cool. And I'm going to put that on won't fix, because there's nothing to do. Keep saying your phone is getting reviewed by mods, but I look at the mod view and there's nothing there, probably because I have VPN or something. Oh. Okay. And thank you very much for the follow. Just bear with me whilst I try and pronounce your name. I'm terrible at pronouncing names. I'm Drinth. Welcome. Thank you very much for the follow. I do hope you enjoy my content. And Akpi, how are you? I'm doing great, thank you very much. So yeah, welcome. We are essentially saying this bug is fixed. There's a production. Oh. Okay. This is. Oh. I must have something in the thing. How's it? I'm feeling great. So next week the sling starts coming off, so there'll be times where I'll be in the sling, sometimes I won't be in the sling. That's up to my decision how that arm's feeling tired wise and stuff like that, which is great news. So, and I've started doing a little bit of weight, so it's 1 kilogram at the moment. We're working our way up to 5. If Bjorn is easier, use that. Fair enough. Though I support an open source dad. Thank you very much. Yeah. All right. So it is a bug. I'm actually going to put back onto in progress because I didn't check that one link, and we kind of want to check this. Now, give me 2 seconds. That's actually my production version. I do have to jump into it. So if I do Kanban board information 2, yeah, I need to log in. Oh, do I need my 2-factor? This is where I'm going to push my keyboard all the way forward, so no one can see it. Right, authenticator. And then I've got to go to the board itself, which is number 2. All right, cool. Now that we're there we go. Sorry, there's stuff on production mode, which I don't want some people seeing. Yeah, that's it. I've just got client details in there. I don't think so. Not yet. I haven't got a message. Not since last time you asked me. Was it for NearBeach or NearBeach Docker? No, I don't have anything in there at the moment. Alright, so now I've got to find which card it is, and luckily I've got this up here. I think what you could do is you can actually put the card / and then the number in the URL, and it'll actually pick up the number. So something in here is causing an issue. I'm just going to save and continue just in case. I don't feel like there's... It shouldn't be any data that's doing it. Now, I'm just going to double check the... Yeah, alright. Okay, I'm going to right-hand click, view page source. We are going to scroll down here. Here's some of the data. I think we escape somewhere out of this, and that's what's causing the issue. And I think I know what it is. All right, we definitely want to make some changes in here, because I definitely want to keep using that character. All right, this is going to be another issue. All right, let's have a look. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna keep this one as won't do. So won't do as the issue is specific is caused by a character. All right, cool. I'm just going to add that comment. I'm just going to go won't do, won't fix, and we're going to actually insert another issue in here. So the issue is backticks cause issues on private links. So we have noticed the will cause an issue rendering the page for the public Kanban card link. All right, he's done. All right, cool. Thank you very much, Nocturnal. Maybe minification broke something, had an issue earlier today. Yep, fair, yeah. In this sort of case, what I think is happening is we've got this one particular character, and if we have a look at the source, you'll notice if I zoom in and scroll to the right place that we're using that there. Not the best thing to do. We are moving this away from doing it this way and actually going to be using an API to call that information. So what will actually happen is the user will end up landing on this card. It will get that information for the user after the page loads through just an API. Yeah, so or we can clean this data a little and actually turn that into Actually, I don't think that is. Not ASCII. What am I thinking of? Yeah, I'm not thinking of ASCII. Oh my god, I'm racking my brain and I can't find anything. Give me just static. No, that's not what I'm thinking of. Ooh. Where am I? There we go. Alright. What are these called again? Alright. HTML code for backticks. Yeah, alright. Alright, how do I just push a backtick instead of a pair of backticks to make it appear as code? Alright, yep. I mean, that's the code there. And I can always do a find and replace at the save level, and then I don't need to worry about it as much, I'm guessing. Let's jump into the database. Oh, we got a new database thing. Oh, no. I'll just use Beekeeper Studio for the moment. Oh, I don't have production. Oh, no, that's fine. I can just replicate local. All right, let's connect. I am going to put this over here. We're just going to open this up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close this. We have fixed the issue. I'm going to keep that one open. That one's I'm just closing. So card information, some info, and then what we want to do, save and continue. If we go and click on that and open up a, let's say, a new tab and paste it in, we should have an issue. We do have an issue. So that's the problem. I need to sort of fix it when we hit save and continue, that it actually translates that properly. And we need to get that fixed too. All right. Ooh, what card are we looking at? We're looking at card 1. Let's go to Beekeeper Studio. Let's close that. Let's go NearBeach Kanban card. Let's view the data. We've got the some info in here. I'm just going to paste in the wrong thing. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to see what happens if we just outright just replace it like that. There we go. Now, if we go to the front, everything loads up and we still do get the pack ticks. So it might be an idea just to do a find and replace for the moment. Yeah, I think that's going to be the better way. And then I'm going to have to look at improving this in the future. So that will be another ticket. But let's go into the code. I don't need Beekeeper Studio open anymore. I'm just going to disconnect. There we go. We are in NearBeach, so I'm going to minimize everything. I'm going to open up this. We've also got Django structures in there. Oh, is that a new thing? Let's move that down. Oh. All right. Anyway, I'm going to hide that. Let's go into NearBeach. This would be part of the Kanban cards. So we want card view. Oh yeah, this just redirects. Yeah, I'm going to close that. I'm going to close that. I am going to open up this because it's going to hit save and continue. I just need to, oh yeah, Kanban information update card. All right. Okay, so this will be part of the, there we go. Now that will be part of the URLs. In here, what we can do is we can right hand click and go to that implementation. Socks down, down. Trying to knock off my camera again. So in here, we've got all this. Once again, we're going to be moving this to the API in the near future. So 032, all of this will be in the API. So we shouldn't be having any of these issues. But yeah, it's best to fix this up now. All right, so in here, got the card. All right. And then we need a Python find and replace. Python string find and replace. String replace, old new. I don't know if that's going to work. Oh, it did. All right, so the old will be that, and the new will be that. Now I can see this isn't going to work everywhere. So one problem which we will have is if anyone does do this everywhere else. Yeah. Which once again, moving to the API, we're hoping this won't be a problem. So yeah. All right. Actually, yeah, that being said, this is going to be a problem everywhere. So this ain't a solution at all because I need to edit everywhere. Not a problem when it brings stuff down from the back end. All right, I need to investigate. So what we're doing is we're going to create a couple of objects with that character in there. So straight off the bat, we're going to create a actually, let's go from the top down, an organization with that in there. So we've had we've added that in. It works here perfectly fine. So not too much of a problem. If I do something like that and refresh, still perfectly fine. These won't work because it does work there. That should be oh no, wait, it fixed the validation problems. All right, cool. That's another bug. That should be coming up that organization email is not valid. So I'll quickly put that bug in because we do kind of want to fix these bugs. Just going to duplicate this tab. What's the issue? Which one? I've got to make sure that backticks don't break anywhere else. Currently it's breaking the Kanban cards on the public side of things. So if I fix that up, I think it shouldn't be a problem. Fingers crossed. So yeah, I'm just investigating exactly where we're going to have that problem. So validation text not showing where. Not showing. We're just gonna do, oops. Organization info, validation that text not showing. Let's do 2 things wrong. Oh, all right. On organization email. Okay. Rendering at the moment. So that's not it. I'm just going to close these public ones at the moment because we'll come back to them. That's localhost. So if I go back into here and I save and continue, and then I refresh this, so it'll break the rendering. So if I hit refresh, you'll notice that it gives me this. If we view the page source, go down to the card information itself, you'll notice that the backticks are causing it to escape out of this string here. Yeah, I've just got to fix that. But I don't know if this is going to, if this issue affects anywhere else, or if it's just there's one place. So yeah, I'm just got to check it. All right, method 1, go to log into NearBeach. 2, go to an organization's information page, add a simple backtick to the organization email. Expected results, organization email will state it is no longer valid. Actual results, nothing happens, and the user is not able to save. Alright, easy done. And I hate when that happens. Oh, the drafts, where are my drafts? Okay, priority. This one, normal. It's perfectly fine. It's a bug. It's submitted. It'll be assigned to me. It will be part of the organizations. And we'll just create it. Yeah, so, yeah, so it could be it's just that one little location, fingers crossed, touch wood, but we'll go through that now and test it everywhere else. Hopefully it is just that one area. Anyway, we did find another bug, like we always do. We go searching for a bug and we find more bugs. But luckily this is just a normal, easy bug to fix. So there's nothing on this page which will cause a problem with the backticks. If we actually put a backtick in here, boom, it already tells us, nah, that ain't gonna work. And if we go into the new organization up here, we try and backtick these. So org name. And then let's put in like so. It should not work there. So we're happy with that one. We're going to add in a new customer. Try adding the alert to yeah. So the alert does work if you do it on the website. So for some strange reason, the email's just not being activated. All right, so if we go first name, last name, email at email.com. Yeah, that won't work because we've got validation on it. That works fine with the backticks. Yeah, that works fine. All right. Let's do Kanban board, going from the top to the bottom. Board name. I'm just gonna do one of these. and one of these. Yeah, that works fine. And if we added a new card, we're just going to add that in very, very quickly. What we're going to do is we're going to create a public link. We're going to click on it and we're going to actually view the public link to see if it actually, yeah, it does break with the card text being like that. If I refresh, works perfectly fine. So yeah, this might be very limited just to the public section of NearBeach. In which case, then I've got to figure something out. It shouldn't be too hard. Famous last words, of course. So yeah, let's jump back into it. So the Kanban board, we know that's working fine for the user. If we go some data in here and then some more data in here, let's do this with the Googler. That works perfectly fine. Let's actually not delete this. Let's create a public link, copy this. We're going to paste it over this. And it works fine here. All right, let's view page source. I think I know why. If we go back to the Kanban board, I'm just going to hit refresh. We're just going to go view source. And if we zoom in, yeah, we're just giving the card description here. Okay. If I grab this link again, I go up here and I'm going to paste and do that. And I'm going to go view source. We're going to zoom in. We do have the project results, which is an array. And Django and JavaScript all handle that fine. So, yeah. I think this is going to be I think it's just limited to this. So, alright, cool. So, I do know that tasks and requirements and so forth like that use the same sort of logic and setup. So we shouldn't have a problem with them. I'm about 98% confident we won't have a problem with them. So I am going to go to NearBeach. I'm going to go to the template. I'm going to open up the NearBeach templates. I'm going to scroll down to see where the public is. I'm going to open it up. Kanban card information. So it's this one here. And Copilot, how are you? How's the arm feeling? It's going good, actually. No pain or anything like that. So, yeah. Next week, I start the process of not wearing the sling as much. So, yeah. And hi, Copilot Killer. How are you going? Yeah. Okay, I don't know if I can do a replace here. I don't think it's appropriate to actually do that in a template. I think the better place to do that would actually be in the view itself or the controller if we're using proper terminology. So let's go into the views. Let's go into the public views. Let's find the Kanban card in here. So get public context. All right, not that one, not that one, not that one. Kanban, oh, hang on. Card description. Oh, I've just landed on here by mistake. Replace, and we back tick it. Actually, I like double quotes. And we don't want that. We want there it is. And we want to paste that in, and that should fix it. Keep coding. Yep. Yeah, I don't mind it. Full disclosure, we do get a free copy of it through open source licenses. So, yeah. Alright, let's hit refresh. Alright, not getting the data yet, but I don't know if I'm actually hitting... I don't know if I'm actually hitting that. I am. Oh, I need to do it up here too. Place backtick with the and hash 96 that. Alright. Socks, stop it. She's like, no. I'm gonna cause trouble. I'm gonna meow on stream. I wanna. Where are you? You okay? No. Sorry, Socks is in a little bit of fussy mood. Alright, so if I hit refresh, doesn't quite work, which I'm a bit concerned about. So I'm going to breakpoint there. Actually, I'm just going to go to the usage. I'm going to put a breakpoint there. Delete all the breakpoints and then re-put it in. Alright, so I'm just going to hit refresh. We do hit that thing. Alright, so if the destination is a Kanban card, we've got certain things to set up if it's a Kanban card. In 0.32, we'll be we'll drop the support for Python 3.9, in which case this will turn into a switch statement. So please don't at me with the if statements because we're still supporting Python 3.9. So we're going here. We've got the C. So if I hover over C and open it up now, we should have card description, card text, card ID, ooh, card level. Do you mind? All right. This is why this is all breaking. Card priority. That's fine. Card text. Yeah, alright. So we've got a few places to fix this up on. So I'm just going to go to that implementation. We've got the card column. Card description, card ID will be an ID. Card level, I'm just going to do the replace. Easy done. Card label. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. And then, like so, we're just going to replace everything. Yeah, in the new version of NearBeach, this will be all an API, so all the JavaScript will handle all this, and it'll be fine with the backticks. Alright, I'm just going to hit refresh. Okay, and there we go. Now, that does change that to that, which is not ideal. What we could potentially do is change it to something that makes sense. So if we click on this, we go to this implementation. All right, so the card column, what is the column? Yeah, that's a free field at the moment. We'll just replace that with a good old this, and we might as well do it like this. It's just this one, the card description, we don't want to do. Oops, and I just did that, didn't I? All right. And then we just wait a little while. I forgot to remove that breakpoint. All right, there we go. Not ideal. This is not a ideal thing. But yeah, I am going to okay. Escape content, string HTML content. We could potentially do that too. Oops. Yeah, I'm going to try that. Because I don't like this. But we've confirmed it's here. All right, this is 99. If we go up, and now this is Django utility safe string. So down here from Django.utilities import okay, I hate when your IDE does that. So what we want to do, actually, we want to do something like this. Then we want to do it like that. Easy done. Just put in a couple of safe strings everywhere. Down, down, down. Okay, we need to actually put a comma there, and I like to put a comma at the end of the thing just in case we add them in more items in later. So now I've just got to wait for everything to sort of reboot. I'm just going to hit refresh. Oh, it didn't work. Yeah. If we view the page source and we go back down, yeah. All right. Oh, I've got cap locks on. All right, so we want that replaced with the Kanban column. We actually want it with that, with the card level, with that, and that. All right, sweet. Okay. We'll need to actually deal with this. Public information pages, backticks, and other can cause issues. So when investigating an issue with a public link to a Kanban card, we noticed the backticks would cause rendering issues on the page. So far, this has not affected other public links. However, has brought up the issues of how we should be passing this information into the template. We are also currently thinking of moving the rendering of this to API calls in the future. So what will actually happen, someone will go to that page and there'll be a bunch of API calls and all that kind of fun stuff, which will get the required information for the user and all that kind of fun stuff. Yeah, we haven't figured that part out yet, but we'll be moving most of that to the API, I think, at the moment. Once again, we haven't figured it out. Now that should be affected. Zero point 32 point. Oh, branch. Okay, he's done. Okay. At the moment, this is going to be a major one. It needs more research. So I need to actually state that down here. We need more research. What other areas does this affect? Alright, so this is definitely a bug. This is currently submitted. It'll be assigned to me. It will be part of the public links. No version yet, but we do want to fix it before 0.32. Alright, cool. This one is done. So I'm happy to get rid of that. My current issues, how many do we have? Sorry, usually there's a number, but it doesn't appear when you clicked on, up at the top, 22. All right, cool. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them are scheduled for 0.32, RC1. All right, so that's on there. We do need to investigate it. Everything else, we do a priority. So we're not doing that one because that one's slated for 0.32. Temporary fix, we need to rename Kanban information. We've had a that one is slated for release candidate 1. Read-only users have access to edit the schedule for tasks and projects. All right, that one we definitely need to fix since I thought about that. All right, so socks. What's the matter? I don't know why she's meowing so much. All right, so what I want to do, git status, git add, git commit. All right, quick fix, issue with the Kanban card public links where it has issues with backticks. And another thing we've got to fix straight away. Alright, so that one I can close. I'm pretty sure I can close all of these now. is github.com. If we actually go into NearBeach, we'll go into the actions themselves. You'll notice that that has failed. This is actually building a Swagger. So we're going to have to fix the Swagger right away. We're just missing some libraries. So we got up to install dependencies. I want to jump into this. Give me the. Oh, I gotta sign in. All right, give me a couple of seconds. Sorry, everyone. All right. I'm gonna sign in. I need to verify. Once again, I'm moving the keyboard all the way forward. All right, authenticator. All right. I'm logging into everything tonight. Yeah. Getting into it. As you see, error completed with that. No module for Nox. All right, cool. What I'm going to do, GitHub. I'm going to go to NearBeach. Docker. Because I know we've had this issue before, and I'm just wondering if it's there. This particular one, no, it might be. No, it's not part of this. Okay, let's go over here. Let's minimize everything. Let's go up into the NearBeach. Let's open up the .github. We've got a couple of workflows in here already. We've got the deploy NearBeach, which is on a release. I don't know if we've got Nox in here. Looks like we don't. Why? Pip install request, So, yep, it's asking me to do that. We've done a release recently where we haven't hit an issue. So if I go over here, pip install, it's just this one line. I'm not installing everything. So I'm just wondering if there is a way where I can read it from a URL. Ooh. All right, give me 2 seconds. Read from URL. Install. No, we don't want to do that. We want to see if I can read it from a URL. Probably not. It might be just easier for me to just add stuff in. So I'm going to open up this. We've got all of this. We need to actually install this. So I'm just going to copy that. We're going to go into the NearBeach, deploy this. We're going to go all the way to the end. We're just going to paste it at the end. Now, we've got the 2-factor in there. We've got yeah, a lot of this we don't need. DRF spectacular. I actually think we do need that one. We do have it. All right, so we're going to do a simple test. What I'm going to do, I'm going to open up a random terminal. I'm just going to cd into sites. Do we have a temp directory? No. Let's create one called temp. We'll delete it straight afterwards. So we'll cd into temp. Here we go. We'll open up a virtual environment called venv. We're going to go source venv bin activate. Easy done. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to double check this. So we install Ubuntu. Check out that. All right, cool. We're going to upgrade pip first. Socks, what's the matter? All right, sweetie, you know I can't bend down very well. Come on. Yeah, come on. Come on. Here we go. Yeah. Say hi to everyone. You're like, no, I don't want to say hi. Yes, you do. Then we're gonna do this. The reason why we're doing this is we're just testing locally. This is very easy to test to make sure I'm not fixing the issue, getting GitHub Actions to run, waiting a couple of seconds, and then realizing, oh, it doesn't work. So I do that, and then I generate the code. So yeah, I need everything for NearBeach to get running with Swagger. Python manage. Oh, we don't have NearBeach installed here. Shoot. All right. Not a problem, because we're in this particular source. I just need to go cd, and then we need to go to NearBeach, and then it's essentially Python manage.py spectacular. All right, yep. Careful socks. Might be just easier to, oh no. Hang on. Shrinking that. All right, sweet, spectacular. We've got the file being swagger, and then swag.json, and that runs perfectly fine. Okay, cool. And then what I can do, deactivate to get out of this. I can cd once again up a level. I'm going to remove that temp file, and done. So this should work. If we go over here now, we go, I'm just gonna do this, git status. We're gonna go git checkout the Swagger, because we don't need that Swagger file whatsoever. Git status, and then we're gonna go, all right, cool. Maybe remove swagger.json. Git status, there we go. We've now just got the workflow. So I want to go git add, git commit. Now I'm double checking that I don't have a bug for this. However, I do have a feeling I did put it as a ticket. Add links to Swagger documentation, extend out, fix GitHub Actions. All right, so we're going to copy this. This is card 544. So card 544. We're going to put that in like that. We're going to do that. We're going to go git push. And the new GitHub Actions should work. We're going to actually double check that it works. And then I'm going to copy this. A little neat trick is you get rid of the public. And you should, ooh. Oh, it's just card. Actually, yeah, no, I lied. It's just that. That's the URL, so don't worry. All right, so we've got that. Let's test this. So we know that one broke, we know another one broke. So if we go into the actions, we can clearly see it's quick fix didn't work because we hadn't fixed it by that stage. That's perfectly fine. We're now jumping into this. We're now got the build Swagger. It is potentially happening. Oh, it's deploying it. All right, that is good. Finish uploading, polling on development. So it's not a big file. It's a very, very small file. If we go to swagger.nearbeach.org. Oh yeah, all good, Nocturnal. We're getting Swagger all sort of connected up and everything like that. I got the other bug fixed, but I've put notes in there for me to have a proper look at it in other places because I need to fix it up properly. Alright, cool. So this is all done. So Swagger now should be the most up-to-date version. Sweet. So as you see, some things we've actually joined together. So object data, you got groups and users, you got links under them, you got your notes, your sprints, your tags, and so forth like that. So yeah, there's a couple of different layers to this API in some places. The available data, so for example, a customer list. So if you need a list of all the customers for a particular reason, this is what you would do. So let's just open up that. So you need a destination and location ID, and it'll figure out the rest of it for you. Cool. And there's a couple other things we got to actually remove from here, because I just want this as more information. And then you got your Kanban, cards, organization, customers, projects, requests for change tasks, requirement items, sprints, task. I don't know why tasks are in twice. Because task patch isn't a thing. We've got a put, but we don't have a patch. We've got the users, and once again, the user, we don't have. Yeah, I don't know what that is for. Alright, and you got all the schemas and everything like that, like the object assignment group, which this is kind of neat. It just expands, opens, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, alright. So, this is now ready for QA. I don't know where that, no, that's not the ticket. Fix, yeah, there it is. So that's ready for QA. We're all happy with that now. There's a couple of other tickets in here too that we wanted to have a look at today. So the API unit tests, we're going to get to that hopefully this week. Yeah, it's just me going through, seeing what I need to do and so forth like that. Create fixtures. Now we've created the fixtures, we just haven't fully created the fixtures. So what will actually happen is I'll go through, double check everything. I want to have a user or two to delete, a customer or two to delete, and potentially an organization to delete. So yeah. Implement metadata. I've got to actually gather more information around that. And as project, test all databases with NearBeach. That is going to be a big one. I am probably going to... I want to test all the supported ones. So we know straight off the bat MySQL, MariaDB, and SQL Lite will work pretty much flawlessly. We want to test the other ones, Postgres, Oracle, and I think that's it. Let me double check. Postgres and Oracle, yeah. Fix GitHub Actions, that's done, that's completed. Add links to Swagger documentation. I'm gonna close this, I'm gonna close this, I'm gonna close this, I'm gonna close this for the moment. So we need add links to document, extend out the description, remove the small submissions, test link requirement items, implement requirement. All right, okay, cool. So here we go. Extend out the Swagger description, and you might be wondering, what do you mean? So if we go to swagger.nearbeach.org, you'll notice up at the top we got NearBeach as an open source project management system, and it's empty. It's just, yeah, we need more in there. We need to sort of tell the user what this all is and so forth like that. So I'm just gonna find in here. So we've got the description in here like this. I'm gonna say let's just extend it. Swagger spectacular settings. So I'm going to we're going to go to DRF Spectacular's documentation, and we're going to go through it. So customization by extending. No, this is actually part of the settings, so I'll probably jumped a little too far there. I'm going to go back to the installation. So we've got the installation, all of that kind of stuff, and then take it for a spin. All right, and then probably not. So what I want to do, I'm just going to copy that. We're just going to do that. So we've got the description, your project description. Now, yeah, I'm just having a look. Okay. I'm gonna maybe test it out. I think test it out. Yep. What I want to do is I also want to look at how we're sort of rendering stuff out over here. So as you see, we've got little emojis and stuff like that. And we've got like the description, return fields, and so forth like that. So I'm just going to look this up. This is how we sort of do it. I won't do a pin for the title. Doesn't make much sense having a pin there as the title. So we've got NearBeach. I'm just going to actually no, I will do a title like that. NearBeach is an open source project management system built using Django for the backend and VueJS for the front end. Features. Users will this be like that. User gathering. Users will be able to gather requirements. A customer requirement gathering, I'm going to call it. We won't need the spaces. I don't know why I'm putting them in. So users will be able to gather customer, and thank you very much for the follow. Omnipod, welcome. I do hope you are enjoying my content as we fix up a few things today. So yeah, we'll break other things tomorrow. All right, customer requirement gathering. Users will be able to gather our requirements from customers. All right, cool. And then we'll have probably have up here basic customer / organization. Users will be able to gather information on organizations / customers. All right, basic sort of information. What I want to do, I'm going to switch this around. Okay, so the next line would be Kanban board. Users will be able to track tasks within a Kanban board. Then we've got not the Kanban board. We've got the project / tasks. Users will be able to create project / tasks. We're keeping this very high up. Request for change. Users will be able to set up a RFC for deployment approval processes. Deployment processes. And I think that is all I need at the moment. I don't know why my phone is going off. I'm terribly sorry. Holy hell. Okay. I'm going to deal with that after stream. So, yep. Now, I don't know if this will work. So we're going to test this locally. So I am going to go back to this one, and we're just going to copy this one line because everything should be installed in here. We're just going to go source VM bin activate. So this is part of the thing. So we should be able to hit it. 0 errors. All right. So if I open up this, we should open up this. Should open up this. And it looks like it's put everything in that we wanted, I think. Oh, it's not killing it off, but we do have that. I'm about 50% sure this will work. So let's test it. All right, git status. All right, git add. We want to do local settings.py. We want to git commit. And we want to say update to Swagger description. And we're just going to git push. I should have put the card number in there. Ah, damn it. That was silly of me. I've already pushed it. So, going back to GitHub. This shouldn't take too long to run. The last one took 1:30. So, yeah, it won't take too long. We just got to make sure it builds. And it should make it. It's all of this should work. It's just when we deploy it, will it work there? If it doesn't, I'll have to revert what I did. But that won't be a problem. And then, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting distracted with the Rubik's Cube again. All right. Okay, deploying. All right, complete the job. Sweet. So, good thing is, this is Azure Static Web Apps. The instant you sort of deploy something through that method, this should just bounce back, and this worked wonderfully. All right, I am actually happy with that. This means we can now know how we're going to actually extend this out. In the future, we might look at actually storing this description within a file and getting it to reference it like that. But at the moment, I think that's detail enough. We could potentially add in what this document is for. Actually, that's a good idea. Where is our, there it is. So in here, what we want to do is we want to add in, what does this documentation cover? The following documentation covers all API endpoints. For NearBeach, you can use these endpoints to help manipulate, help create objects, read objects, update objects, and delete objects. And I'm going to put those in we're going to do so basic sort of stuff like that, and then object data, groups and users. All right, cool. There's the description, the parameters. I'm kind of happy with that. And notes. Yep, cool. Notes, paginations. Yep. Okay. Oh, sorry. Bit of yawn. Just wondering if I should include helpful links. Yeah, I'm going to. Now, this is markup, isn't it? Yep, all right, cool. So, we'll have the NearBeach documentation guide. Okay. We should also have up here NearBeach API guide up there. NearBeach open source there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this up here. The following documentation covers all API endpoints of the NearBeach. For NearBeach, you can... All right, cool. We've got features. I'm just condensing this down a little bit more. And then we've got the helpful links. We've got the helpful links. So the NearBeach documentation guide, that will be the NearBeach .readdocs.io. That will be this link here. So we'll just get rid of this, paste it in, easy done. So I'm happy with that. We'll also have the Discord in there too. I'm just wondering if what other helpful links do I have? We'll have the self-hosting. That'll be good. So the community, I want to copy that link. We'll have the source code too. All right, so I'm gonna paste that one in there. So there's the Discord, the self-hosting. I'm gonna cheat. I'm just gonna copy that. We'll paste that there, and then in here we're just gonna. Actually, that will be github.com NearBeach. Now it's not NearBeach API. It'll be NearBeach. And that should be fine. Yeah. Okay. I think that's all I want to actually include at the moment. So what I'm going to do, extend out the Swagger description. This is card 542. So git status, git add the local settings. Easy done. Git commit card 542. Extend out the Swagger description, and we're going to push that. So I'm pretty sure all of that will work perfectly fine. What I'll do is with card 542, just going to copy that. I'm going to go over, no, wrong one. Over, no, wrong one. I don't have NearBeach open. All right, cool, no problem. So I'm just going to go not portal, prod, Kanban information 2. I'm just going to do 542. I've got to go card. Yeah, I've got to be explicit. This one is now ready for QA. Save and close. All right, cool. I'm going to put that all the way down there so I don't close it as easily. So this should be done. If we go back to GitHub, which I think I've already closed because I'm one of those people that don't have many tabs open. Go to the actions. Yeah, this card is almost done. It's deploying. All right, cool. Oh, take me away from where I. All right, cool. It's done. It's deployed. We're going to go to Swagger. We're just going to hit refresh. Okay, that's a problem. I'm just going to double check up here how this. All right, yeah. All right, that's just going to be as simple as that. I'm just going to. In a lot of the cases, what I should be doing is I should actually be testing this out on my local and not doing pushes like this. All right, cool. All right, so that one's done. I'm happy with that one. With gonna close that, and then now we're gonna remove the support submission on that, and we've got a Stack Overflow for this. So. Support submission methods to an empty array in your Swagger UI configuration. This is a configuration option. All right, sweet. So if we on here support this, and this is part of the Swagger stuff. So that's part of the. All right, cool. I'll need to go to the index in here. We'll just click on that. I'll delete that file. Actually, I'm going to keep it open for a moment. So with this, the Swagger UI, that should be... should be like that. So we've got the UI, we've got the DOM, the URL, yep, plugins, yep. All right, cool. And then we just do that. Okay. I'm going to test this locally. All right. I'm going to bring this down so you guys can see. As you can see, all of that's perfectly fine. That just gets rid of that now. Awesome. And we've got examples in there too. Sweet. I am going to get rid of the authorize key too. So I'm just going to jump over here, and thank you very much, Flowfields, for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I do hope you are enjoying my content. All right, going over here. Boolean if set true. No, we don't need persistent authorization. Or after the user password action programmably set a value. No. All right. Okay, so going. That's next. This one we've done. I'm keeping it open. I am just going to Google Swagger remove authorization button. Authorize button. Swagger settings, you can set the security definitions doc to none in the OpenAI. All right, let's have a look if that is in there. So I'm just going to go up to the top. We're going to go / and we're looking for security. So I'm just going to copy that. So Swagger settings. So deploy. No, that will be under here. Spectacular settings. Okay, let's just redo this. So actually, hold on. Maybe. Security definitions. All right. Django spectacular. Settings. Strong religious card. Please don't. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, and that's only one security in there. Alright, let's see if this works. Nah, it didn't. But that being said, it might have cached it. No, it's the page. Yeah, alright. So, I'm getting rid of that because we know it doesn't work. Getting rid of that because that works fine. Now, in this one, we've got security in here. So I'm just going to essentially copy that. I'm going to go over here into our settings. We're going to go don't know if that will work, but we'll find out in a second. And what we want to do is we want to run this Python manage spectacular file, swagger JSON. That all gets done. And then what I want to do is I want to see what that file does. So if we go into the swagger JSON, we're going to /. Ooh, all right. Now I don't know if this will work in this index. Does pull some data, but I don't know where it's pulling it from. We've still got authorize in here. Yes, that's not what we want. So what I want to do is I want to refresh, and in here we've got the swag JSON. I'm just double clicking it to open up this. I am going to find security. Yeah, they're all like that. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to close all this. That's perfectly fine. I'm going back into here, instead of typing none, I'm going to do what they've got in their examples. We're just going to try it out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's perfectly fine. We're just going to rebuild it. There's no errors. We're all happy with that. We're going to go over here with the Swagger sort of stuff, and we're going to type in security again to try and find it, and it's all the same. Alright, that didn't do anything. So we're going to remove that. We don't need it. It's easy just to remove it. So what we want is Swagger, remove the authorize button. How to remove and the tried out buttons. We don't have support yet, but support submit methods, flag and 3 as there's no easy way to hide these things. Try it out. I like to go to before I start, I appreciate your thoughts. Which reminds me, I've got to double check that in a minute. Hi everyone. Wrap components. Alright. Now, onload Swagger bundle. Nah, alright. I mean, I don't think I've got it. Yeah. Yeah, we've hit an issue. Not a problem. Oh, and we're on an ad break. Oops. There we go. Sorry, I've missed the last couple. Yeah. Hopefully everyone's going well. For those on YouTube, we run ad breaks on Twitch every half an hour, just so no one gets any pre-rolled ads or anything like that. And I'm realizing this is crooked. It's a little bit better. Okay. So, yeah. Hopefully everyone's going well. We've got about a minute left of the ads. So, yeah. Alright, let's jump onto this. Okay. There we go. Anyway, where are we? About 15 seconds left. Okay. And then, yeah, we'll try and disable this button. And then we're just going to add in some references to it and so forth like that. Pretty stock standard easy stuff. Alright, where are we? 1 second. Welcome back, everyone. Alright, cool. Let's jump back into it. So, yeah, that didn't work. I don't know how I got this one plugin working, but yeah, it's because I'm alright. Yeah, how do these plugins actually work? Let's actually have a look. Is it something I can write in the page? Alright, probably not. Alright. Okay. How can I remove yada yada? Alright, cool. Security definition gets added at the document level, so you have to modify the document. Here I've written a document filter which removes the schema only from the document. So alright. Okay, let's look at it. Django, Swagger, Spectacular, remove the authorize button. Let's have a look. Actually, let's modify the Spectacular in your Django authorization. All right, let's try that out. Spectacular settings. All right, let's go down here. Let's just add this in like that. Now I'm just going to do that. And then we're going to do that. Now they said empty list highs all. Let's find out. So let's build it. It built perfectly fine. Let's go and check it out in here. Let's go up to the top. No security. All right, this is getting good. I don't know if this will work on here. Ah, it did too. Sweet. So that's what we had to do. Helpful links. I'm not happy with how they're spaced out, but that's fine. All right, cool. So over here, what we want to do is we want to copy this and we want to say 543. So git status, git add local, and then settings. Now I'm pretty sure the swagger.index, we weren't really doing anything in there. Supported submit methods. Yep, yeah, we did. All right, git status. We've got the local modified, yep. Git add the swagger index. Oh, hold on. Git status. All right, cool. Git commit. Okay, this will be card. We said 543. 543. Yep. Now I just got to change these double quotes to single quotes. And then git push. So we've done a few things here tonight. So this one, 543, I'm just going to copy that. We're going to go over here. I'm just going to hit it here because what will actually happen is it'll reload the page, but it'll open up that card. So we need to go, this is now ready for QA. So if we actually hit this now, it should actually pop up in here, ready for QA. Pretty cool. I'm going to close that. We're now down to one item in here, which is good. And this should update in about a minute. We now need to update the documentation. So that won't take us too long to do. What we need to do is actually figure out where we want to update this information. So we've got on the left, we've got basic usage, we've got common basic usage and common usage. I need to combine those. That's just terrible how I've done that. Yeah, all right, procedures, all right, MISC, cache busting and stuff like that. I need to put in administration tasks. So, oh, I thought that was a chair there. Where would I put the API sort of stuff? I need to clean up the documentation soon. Also, I need to just go through and be like, all right, cool, this is deleted. So the old installation process is out the door. We'll also probably look at the installation against existing projects because we'll probably have problems. So, yes. Yeah, we'll probably end up removing that functionality. So I can see it being a problem. Alright, so it'll be part of the administration tasks. So I'm just going to minimize everything. We're going to open up NearBeach. We've got the docs in here. We've got administration up here. That's administration tasks. We've got the index. So when you click on add first time setup, yeah, all right. There's a few things to do as an administrator. Yeah, we don't get to that level. Yeah, we just go straight to the first time setup. Yeah, documentation will definitely be looking at it. Alright, cool. We've got the first time set up. We've also got managing groups and so forth like that. which we won't have in there. What we want to do is we want to have a new file. We're going to call it API. We also have system variables in there. That's all of. Yeah, I'm just going to call it API. And I'm just going to open up first time setup. I'm just as a reference. I'm just going to put it over there. I'm going to do this, and then in here we're just going to go ... and we're going to call it API. I'm just going to copy the application programming interface. Excuse my French. I can never spell this out. That's why I copy it. All right, cool. Specific information. All right, cool. We're just going to do something like this. We're just going to copy that. We're going to paste it in. For all documentation on API points and schema shapes, please visit our Swagger. So that will be swagger.nearbeach.org. Oh, let's just read the docs. How do we do URLs again? System variables, have a look. Oh, I haven't done much. All right, cool. Sweet. And now I've got to sort of be like, all right, in the near future, we'll add in the CRUD around the access and so forth like that into this documentation. But for the moment, we do actually have the link. We really need to sit down and actually go through the documentation and start writing up tasks to literally say how we're going to fix things up in the documentation, because the documentation sucks. So yeah, I think there's certain things we should get rid of inside NearBeach that we've been supporting that we really should have put our foot down and been like, no, sorry, this is actually going to cause issues if we support this. One of them being is installing against it. An existing project's okay, but there is a problem if you've got a custom user user table. We'll need to get rid of this because this is no longer relevant. We don't want to support doing that. Different blob storage. I just need to go through that and apply that. And I think instead of having different databases, we should have database setups, stuff like that. We should have the quick installs up here. And yeah, I've just got to go through it. And Flyseal, sup, how are you going? Alright, I think that's enough for the moment. Yeah, once again, I need to go through the documentation. Alright, git add. Oh, this is part of the documentation. Did I not push before? Alright, git checkout, doc, actually, what's my branch again? Git branches, git branch, git checkout documentation, It's git pull, git stash. I can't complain, can't complain. Yeah, just implementing a couple of changes at the moment. And then, yeah, we're currently essentially winding down on this particular branch. So that just means a lot of bug fixing between now and for 2 months, along with documentation and a bunch of other things too. So yeah, we are getting there. Yeah. Now, I forget how to do git stash commands again. I've got I think it's git. We'll figure this out. All right. So git stash list. Git stash list. All right. So that lists everything that we have. We want to add on the top one. So git stash, I'm just going to help again. So we want show drop apply the index, and that will be 0. All right, sweet. So I want git stash apply, and I'm going to go 0. I am going to go git status, git add, that is definitely the file, git commit, and then we're going to say this is actually a card. We've actually got this as a card. This is card 536. I'm going to paste that in, and we're just going to go git push. That's okay, fly steel. And we have spelled push wrong. Alright. So that documentation is being pushed at the moment. I am just double checking how far back our documentation is. So I'm just going to click on documentation. 2 commits ahead of main, a lot behind. We're probably going to do a compare and pull request. I want to see it do its thing. So we've added in some information in here with the deployment. All right. I'm just going to just go documentation update. All right, it doesn't need to be much. And I'm just going to pull merge. Yeah, bypass for bypass. These are fine. We're not going to delete the branch. That's crazy talk. But we are going to go git pull. We are going to merge in the differences between main and stuff like that. And then we're going to git checkout main. And then we're going to git pull there. And then we're going to git checkout documentation. I can't see the screen at the moment. Git merge main. So, git merge main. So we're merging main back in, and we just git push. Done. So both main and documentation are at the exact point in time at the moment. So, no. All right. So, what else do I want to do? Because this one's done. The 536. This one is now review and QA. Once again, we're going to expand on the documentation later. But it is 9 o'clock. I am getting actually quite exhausted. I still get very tired. So I will probably be finishing very, very shortly. I just want to see if this is working. So we pull, all right, sweet. And then we've got the all of this information in here, and this should just go to the read docs, which is sweet. All right, cool. We do need to do a push tonight. That's mainly because there's a bunch of libraries and stuff like that that have been updated, and I need to actually get that out. So github.com, NearBeach. I need to go to git checkout main. npm audit, no vulnerabilities, npm run prod. You know, just rebuilding prod. I don't think any of the libraries got updated. All right, that's fine. Git status. All right, sweet. We can just do a... We could do a release from here. So this will be 0.31.89. Oh, God. All right, library update. The following release. I'm just trying to say why. The following release will update any underlying libraries. All right, cool. This is a pre-release. I'm just thinking, what else does it fix? No, technically doesn't fix that bug. Yeah, all right, cool. Sweet, so that will take half an hour to deploy. Not a problem. I should be doing these weekly from now on. So every Friday I'll have it scheduled to actually do a release, and we'll do more if there's a security, like for example, Django might do a patch and stuff like that for a security issue. We'll probably have to manually do some things. We're merging my PR as it changes the Docker base. Ooh. All right, when it tries to build, it will pick up the old base instead of the new one. Oh, okay, yep, sweet. Okay, I'm fine with commenting out that code for a bit and putting in line, yeah. I'll see what changes need to be implemented, but I'm fine actually having commented out text for the moment and having a temporary sort of thing in place into 2 PRs, and that might also be another thing. Or what I could do is copy over the required stuff into the proper place, and then when I do the merge request, handle the conflicts, which should be easy to do, and then everything should be in place at that stage. Potentially. Yeah. I'll have a think about it. Yep. Did you put it through? Let me just check my notifications. Yeah, fix that. Yep. Documentation. State change. All right. Build Swagger. All right, that one failed. We know that. Form data. All right. Yep. Waiting for that to be. Did that one get fixed? I'm pretty sure that one got fixed. All right, I'll have to double check those. So I'm getting distracted by things. This allows the container to run non-root user. All right, yep. All right, cool. Should it exist now? Yes, it is. I just saw it then. Sorry, I got distracted with a bunch of other lists in there. So yeah. Anyway, thank you very much, Nocturnal. I will probably start tackling that tonight, but it will probably take me a couple of days. So yeah. All right. I'll also put a reminder in my calendar tomorrow evening to also have a look at it. All right, pull requests. All right, that shouldn't take me that long, but that's fine. I'm going into Resurgence on Wednesday. All right, cool. Yeah, I will. Worst case scenario, what I could do is essentially replicate what you've done in the code base itself, do a pull request, and when I do the pull request, that code should all be there. And yeah, hopefully, I'll see it, and then I'll figure out a way. All right, I think that's it for tonight. I'm getting a bit tired. Yeah, but before we go, so I'm hoping on Wednesday we'll be doing some unit tests. Maybe. Don't know yet. Otherwise, there's always bugs. And then hopefully Friday we'll be doing, yeah, probably the same unit tests and bugs. So yeah, and no rushing to get running patch version. All right, yep. All right, cool. Let's find someone to raid. But yeah, sorry I can't start much later. I'm getting exhausted. I'm not as bad as I was 2-3 weeks ago, but yeah, still getting very exhausted. So, yeah. I see Prismatic Dev. All right, let's raid him. Okay. And yeah, hopefully next week I will be starting to get out of the sling. So next week. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. Anyway, Prismatic Dev. He is a game developer. Let's go rate him. So yeah. Anyway, thank you very much everyone for being here tonight. It has been wonderful. We did get quite a lot done. We are headed towards finishing up all the development that we needed for the 031 branch, and then we just need to sort of wrap everything up. So yeah. Anyway, thank you very much and have fun. And for those on YouTube, sadly you can't join us, but thank you very much for being here. And don't forget to like and subscribe. So yeah, thank you.